This video is about Carol Danvers, who is Ms. Marvel and is now Captain Marvel, both Marvel Comics female superheroes. She is presented on a chronological series of comic covers from top to bottom for Ms. Marvel from 2006 to 2010 and for Captain Marvel from 2025. Do you think that Captain Marvel would be more popular if she appeared more like she did on the Ms. Marvel covers in this video? While the covers go by, lots of fascinating information is provided, including origin information, but is not intended to correspond to the specific cover being shown. As to the development of Ms. Marvel, in an interview, Gerry Conway recalled the reason why Carol Danvers was turned into a superhero. It actually came about for fairly uncreative reasons. There was this idea that I was kicking people off books in order to take over writing their books. This was, of course, not the case, at least from my point of view. But given that was how they felt, I said to Stan, well, is there any way that we could create some stuff so I'm not kicking people off books? Stan had either just created She-Hulk or was thinking about creating her. And we thought, can we come up with another female superhero that can use the Marvel name? The Carol Danvers character first appeared in Marvel Superheroes number 13, cover dated March 1968, and was created by writer Roy Thomas and artist Gene Colan. In this comic, Carol Danvers appeared as a United States Air Force officer and a colleague of the Kree superhero Mar-Vell, also known as Captain Marvel. In this story, she is the security chief of a restricted military base and meets Dr. Walter Lawson, the human alias of alien Kree hero Captain Marvel. Later, her DNA fused with Mar-Vell's during an explosion that gave her superhuman powers, and this leads to her becoming Ms. Marvel. As to Carol Danvers' personal history before this, she was born to Joe Danvers Sr., a former U.S. Navy officer and a construction worker, and Mary L., a captain in the Kree Army. Mary L. had been sent to Earth on a mission to assimilate with humans and give birth to a hybrid child, but had decided to abandon her former life and cut contact with the Kree. Carol Danvers was completely unaware that she was not an ordinary human. Over the years, her father became increasingly apprehensive for potential retaliation from the Kree for Mary L's desertion, causing him to drink and become abusive. In part due to her Kree heritage, the young Carol Danvers dreamed of becoming an astronaut and traveling to distant planets. And as a teen, she even hitchhiked to Cape Canaveral to watch a rocket launch. Her father dismissed her need for a college education and suggested she find a good husband instead. When Carol Danvers turned 18, she turned her back on her father and joined the Air Force to be a pilot and to get a college degree via the military. She did in time become Major Danvers and was the best pilot in her unit. At the time of the publication of Ms. Marvel number 1, it was a socially progressive comic book with the title's use of the word Ms. at the time associated with the feminist movement, and in Carol Danvers fighting for equal pay for equal work in her civilian identity. In this series, Carol Danvers is the editor of Women magazine, a spin-off of the Daily Bugle, which takes place after her working for NASA. It is revealed that the energy exposure from the explosion of a device called the Psyche magnetotron caused Carol Danvers' genetic structure to meld with Captain Marvel's, giving her superhuman powers. As Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers initially possessed superhuman strength, speed, endurance, stamina, and physical durability, plus resistance to most toxins and poisons. Originally, she only had the power of flight thanks to a contraption under her suit. On the job, she also met Peter Parker and his girlfriend, Mary Jane. She is plagued with a series of blackouts, and unknown to her, she turns into Captain Marvel during these blackouts. Within a few issues, Carol Danvers becomes aware that she is also Ms. Marvel. As Ms. Marvel, she becomes affiliated with the superhero teams The Avengers and the X-Men, and also appears with the Defenders, Spider-Man, The Thing, and Iron Man. She goes on to also be known as Binary and Warbird. In 2012, Carol Danvers becomes Captain Marvel in honor of its deceased original bearer, Marvel. More videos like this one, short and longer, can be viewed at the Comic Excitement Convention Female Superhero Hero playlist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.